So we allow this to come in, the core drops, and then we say, and then we get feedback on this better. We say, okay, now stay right there, now bring the core back up. The core being always. And that very effort going, the intention to do it, and the effort to do it will create stimulation and strength. And then if you see them balance, and then the way to stimulate this is to learn the action and then ready to go. Which is across this joint. This should be having an action forward.
You gotta push it here and there.
But the reason
and this first.
is because they stimulate here.
I'll try and
That's why they're so good. And they have to keep, that has to keep happening in every pose you do on your hand.
make sure that
Down broad, handstand,
yeah,
sorry, and it could be guys in the tools.
You want to have his elbows any more than that?
No, I would rather have it there than too straight. Because your tendency can be, so that's too much, that's too straight. That's too straight. And he will learn over time that he can get more of a stack. But I'd rather start from here.
Over and over.
And did you see what we had to do even know about was to rotate out?
Yeah, but rotate out this.
See, but you shouldn't do it. That's another good word. What you need to do is press forward here and in here, back there. You know, see what happens. You want to produce work from the body to the body. I mean, I'm not going to get a picture. That's a direct under.
Yeah.
You want to produce rotation by vector forces. Differential across the front. So if you want this to rotate, you should be going to press forward here and here. Okay. Now I didn't select Andrew intentionally for this, but he can do this really well. So he's doing a high energy downward dog right now. But if he were to go, if you watch what happens to his arm here, if he tries to take his head to the floor, it rolls in. That's why oftentimes teachers will say roll out. Because they know that if he tries to do this, he's going to get into rotation. So the rotation becomes a correction back to position. See, I would much rather that that never happens. So when he's working here, again, he finds his position. Then what he has to do is understand that the arm now, the forearm's action is this way. It doesn't lift this way. The elbow's fixed, the wrist is fixed. There's an action this way that has to stay in the pose because it strengthens this area. There's an action in here that doesn't create movement. See? You want this fixed, these points are fixed. And then up here, there's an action, not, this doesn't go back, the upper arm goes back as a unit. But it doesn't move anymore. If he's able to create more flexion in his pelvis, then the torso will go down because there's a lengthening here this way. But most people create that movement by simply rolling their arms in here and sinking their core deeper and deeper into the pose. And then that creates a lot of problems. It creates problems in handstand, it creates problems in elbow balance, it creates problems in a lot of places. So in this pose, once he's here, this is all about strengthening this area for more advanced poses, or about strengthening this area for life. Right? So again, as he goes back into the pose, okay, let's say let's have something else. Go ahead. So again, as she works in here, I mean, eventually, these two bones, these bones here and this bone here become stacked. But as you're learning where the straight line stack is, you're better off bent. Because it's so easy, because that's not, for some reason, bent there creates no problem in the back body. But coming in here where you've got an angle this way, or overextension, when you overextend your joint, then you create problems up here. you destimulate, you create problems. So again, her action is here, and there, and there. And then she has to try to keep moving her thigh bones back and press her head this way. See? There. And then she has to lift here, not go down. She has to lift here. So if you want to take your head to the floor, it's not about taking your head to the floor. The head's position should never, the relative position between the head and here should never change. This area here, now come to kneeling table. Where you learn this, your position in kneeling table here, right? How deep this is compared to where these are, that has to be the same in downward dog. Go to downward dog. She has to try to maintain it in the same place, see? And then all the work is back in there to try to create more flexion up there. Because the only way you, this is easy here, Joel. That area opens easily. The hard part is to create movement in your pelvis. And don't look at like Eingar's pictures or anything like that. That's not where you can learn the pose. It really is not. I mean, it's not about that. It's deceptive. You have to look, you have to figure out yourself where it is. Okay, one more example. Jay, then we'll see. So again, to me, see, that's where downward dog happens. And I've spent my years going, pulling him this way, pulling him that way, and I finally realized that, wait, this is his position today. Question is, what can he do here? And can he create, and can he bring his awareness and understand that his inability to flex there is dependent on the shape of his legs. Not the shape of Mike's legs, or Francois' legs. His legs. And he has to learn over time what he can do with it. And he has to learn the interrelationships between what he needs to do with his heels, what he needs to do with his shin, what he needs to do with his thigh. The hard thing in yoga to understand is that across any joint, you've got differential actions that then stimulate muscles and the energetic system, way beyond it. And to lose that is to lose. So if you get really strong here, then you go into handstand. Okay, good. Handstand. Or the equivalent. So all we do is have a good time. And finesse everything you need to finesse. Okay, if you do handstand, do handstand. Otherwise, go ahead with down dog. We're going to go through the sequence. Those of you who are new in the class, the sequence goes handstand or down dog, then incline or whatever, the kneeling table, the prone mountain, the locust, cobra.
Why are you doing